The White House is absolutely panicking as a MAGA rapper celebrity is facing deportation, the Daily Mail is reporting. And also, remember this Oval Office meeting? Well, there are multiple crises happening at one time because this happened just a couple days ago, where Donald Trump played this video that it turns out was of a demonstration, not of an actual burial site. He was alleging that these were white people being buried by black people in South Africa. This is the South African president. And wouldn't you know it, none of that is true. Now, the thing that is stunning about this is that White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, who's a slick son of a bitch, wasn't able to wiggle her way out of this one. And this is what reporters should be doing, is they should be harping on the one thing, which is the truth. Here it is.
Yamiche, good to see you.
Hi, good. Thanks for taking the question.
Sure.
The president showed a video that he said showed more than 1,000 burial sites of white South Africans that he said were murdered. We know that that was not true and that the video wasn't showing that. So I wonder, why did the president choose to show that?
What's not true, Yamiche?
It's not true that the video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that that video showed the crosses that represent...
Which is what the president claimed.
The video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin. And those crosses are representing their lives. Those crosses are representing their lives in the fact that they are now dead and their government did nothing about it. Are you disputing that there's no...
I'm disputing the fact that the video showed what the president claimed it showed, because it did not show that. But even more, what I'm asking you is who at the White House...
No, it did show that. It showed white crosses representing people who have perished because of racial persecution.
Verifies the videos that the president shows, and what protocols are in place when there's unsubstantiated information being put out for the world and world leaders to show?
Yamiche, what's unsubstantiated about the video? The video shows crosses that represent the dead bodies of people who were racially persecuted by their government. In fact, the Associated Press, of all places, has a picture of that very monument, and the caption from the Associated Press is, "Each cross marks a white farmer who has been killed in a farm murder." So it is substantiated, not just by that video and the physical evidence that everybody saw on display in the Oval Office, but also by another outlet in this room, the Associated Press. So you should take it up with them if you believe the claim is unsubstantiated, and that's a ridiculous line of questioning. John, go ahead.
Not a ridiculous line of questioning. And also, Donald Trump wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying it represented. He thought they were the actual graves.
We need to find out.
He also then pulled out a bunch of photos that turns out were not even from South Africa or some other African nation. So this has been a nightmare for them. But what I love about this is it shows that even this slippery bitch, Karoline Leavitt, when she's confronted with the facts and it's something she truly cannot defend, she can't wiggle her way out of it. And she tried as best she could. But sometimes the lies are just too big, the mistakes are just too grand, and she can't defend them. And so congrats to that reporter for getting her on it. I wish she wasn't trying to move on from the point. I think when they are lying and we got them in a lie, hammer away at that point. But reporters, a lot of reporters seem to want to move on to the next thing. And I think we should just stay on the fact that, hey, why is the president saying that? Why is he saying something that's not true? Why is he talking to the South African president about things that are made up? And I know a lot of people think it's just because Donald Trump's a liar and that's what he does. I actually don't think so. I think it's because his brain's melting. It's melting. He can't discern real from fake anymore. And I think that's the bigger issue. Before we get to this MAGA celebrity who is being deported by the Trump administration, I just want to show that this is just bad for everybody. He voted for Trump, or he didn't vote for Trump because he's not a legal resident, but he supported Trump, even knowing that Donald Trump wanted to get rid of many illegal immigrants, even though he just so happened to, I guess, be one. But we're also putting the crosshairs many innocent people, many innocent people. And here is one Georgia teen who got released from ICE after being targeted because she's Hispanic, even though she is a legal resident. Watch.
Does this situation make you worry about your family's future?
It does, only because I know that even having the right paperwork, it doesn't mean anything anymore. With the presidency we have now, even having the right paperwork could mean deportation.
And you touched on it a little bit earlier in Spanish, talking about how it doesn't even matter if you have papers. If you're Spanish, you're getting pulled over. Can you just talk about a little bit about it?
Yes, I think I heard stories in Stewart where there had cops went into their house. ICE went into their house and took them. And it's just very unfair. And just being Hispanic, you're a target. And I think right now people should fear being deported or being pulled over by a cop just because you're Hispanic.
So that's a teenage girl, legal, supposed to be here, illegally detained, warning everyone that these ICE agents are targeting folks who look Hispanic, which is illegal, but they probably are doing it. And I just feel so bad that this young lady has to endure this pain and this anxiety in a place that should be the complete opposite. We should be a place that welcomes everyone. If you want to come here to make a better life for yourself and you can contribute to our society, we should make that we should make that process as quick as possible, because it only makes us stronger. And what's happening right now is making us weaker. And it's making me look at this country in a way that I just don't see it as the America I once knew. And this Cuban rapper, El Funky, is learning the hard way too, that if you're not on the right side of Trump, you are going to get hurt. And so pro-Trump Cuban rapper is facing deportation for being a legal immigrant despite his support for the president. Isn't that ironic? His application for residency under the 1966 Cuban Adjustment Act was denied, and he posted to Facebook that he will be deported in 30 days. Here is that Facebook post. I have 30 days to leave the country or I will be deported. I ask all the Cuban brothers who know my anti-communist trajectory and the congressmen of this country that more than ever I need your support. Greetings and blessings. It's always with so many of these MAGA supporters and Trump supporters, fuck everyone, fuck your feelings, which, by the way, he was very blatant about. It's suddenly like, please have sympathy for me. I need your support. I don't feel bad for this person. I feel bad for that young lady who's being caught up in this. But people who supported this and then are now facing the wrath of the decisions they've made, I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. Maybe that's fucked up with me. But if I could vote, I would have voted for Trump, he said. He's the strongest president when it comes to Cuba. Marquez Duani, which is his real name, has since married a Cuban-American woman and has a steady job while continuing his recording career, but his application for residency came at a time when the law was in limbo and Trump had limited under his first term. It goes on. However, he still sees Trump's point while wishing he could receive sympathy from the administration. There are probably too many people here, I understand, trying to get rid of those who shouldn't be here, but Trump should look at each individual case like mine. I understand no one else should be here, but I should be here. I should be here. He made a mistake with me. How about you treat everyone else the way you want to be treated? What if we just did that? Wouldn't that be a better solution? Isn't that a better version of America? That's what we learned in kindergarten. Do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Seems like a great way to run a society. I don't know. And I want to end with this because Donald Trump is conceding at every turn. He understands now that Russia is a powerful force, that he can't just say, hey, Vladimir Putin, stop, and he won't stop. But he is also realizing that the tariffs aren't going to work. Here he is saying, Trump tonight conceded even his most punishing tariffs won't bring back everything. I'm not looking to make t-shirts, to be honest. I'm not looking to make socks. We can do that very well at other locations. We are looking to do chips and computers and lots of other things. So this is just more of Donald Trump conceding that he doesn't know what the hell he is doing. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But when it comes to that young lady And then when it comes to the South African president, and when it comes to even that MAGA celebrity rapper, Donald Trump not knowing what he's doing is having real consequences on real people. And it's despicable. It's despicable. And the fact that Karoline Leavitt wants to defend any of this, I don't know how that cross on her neck doesn't burn through her skin. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like in the video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.